What's up, guys and girls? It's GhostRobo. Welcome to Mobius Final Fantasy, a much anticipated and very awesome Final Fantasy mobile game that we're getting here before the release of 15 in just about a month and a half now, which is kind of crazy thinking how long that development cycle has been. Anyways, this is Mobius Final Fantasy for mobile. It is a gorgeous game with a really great battle system, and I think that's why it's been anticipated for quite a while. I've been enjoying it myself and wanted to share it with you. There's a link for you to download it in the description. It's a free game, so you can grab it and check it out for yourself. Maybe you'll even see me as we move through the battles and use our card-based battle system to really mess with our opponents. I'll be straight up with you guys. This is a sponsored video. I'm an honest guy, so I want to let you know that right off the bat. But I only do videos like this on games that I really genuinely like. So I checked it out. I've been playing it for the past couple weeks, different iterations of it as they got the final build ready for launch. And now here we are with the actual full game. So the way this works is you move along a map and fight different enemies. So there is story, there are cutscenes. Basically, you are following this voice from above who has the name of Vox, and you and this group of warriors are trying to figure out what he wants you to do and how you will ascend to be a warrior of light and someone that can change the world. But for me, the most important thing here is actually the battle system, and it starts with your job, which for this first battle will be a mage. I'll show you can switch jobs and things like that, and it's actually a really involved and cool way to integrate all the Final Fantasy stuff in a mobile version that doesn't feel bogged down or, you know, dumbed down. Both of those are separate but can combine sometimes in mobile games, and this has neither of them. So let me show you what we got going on here. Currently what I'm doing is picking a support card, which I'll get to in a second. But we'll move along the way to the Unknown Wastes and see what kind of enemies await us over there. It looks really good. Obviously not as good as like 15, but it looks pretty darn lovely. And I love that they cut out a lot of the fluff, and it's a very battle-centric game then with the different systems that allow you to modify and mess with your characters. So let's explain some of it. I played through all the tutorials. There are quite a bit of them, but I wanted to get you through all that so you didn't have to sit through and I didn't fumble through. I could actually explain what's going on. So we can attack any of these guys. Currently, it's me versus 2, and we got 3 battles. You'll notice a number above my HP, that number that says ×2. That means I have 2 actions remaining, and I can attack this guy 2 more times, and he is dead. Now, you'll also notice a bar towards the top of the screen that has these little, almost like Mancala stones. 2 are like wind, 2 are fire. Those are elemental orbs that we acquire that then can be spent on our special attacks here on the right side. You'll notice that each time I attack, I get a new orb. And then you're seeing that those orbs are collecting on the right side in the form of 5 different powered-up abilities. Now, those are the cards that you will set in your deck, and those are the abilities you can do. So for the first battle, we just have to use physical attacks and move right through. Battle number 2, though, might require a little bit more, and hopefully you can see some of the abilities here. Now, I'm going to give you guys a lot of info over the course of the video, but I'm going to spread it out so it's not super confusing, because you can't just attack your way through a lot of these basic enemies if that's what you want to do. Now you'll notice I have a bunch of orbs, so I can activate Wind Dance down here, which is an ability that obviously is going to be a lot stronger. In fact, strong enough to take out both of the opponents, and that's through the acquisition of those elemental orbs. Now, this dude is a little bit bigger. He has an element of fire, so I want to use non-fire attacks. He's resistant to fire, so I want to use attacks that would be effective against fire, like ice or water. Also, I've got this elemental wheel here, and I can select these different orbs down here. And if I select the fire orbs, I will spend all my fire orbs to do an element drive, which allows me to resist fire and then also acquire more of the other elements. So again, like I said, fire orbs aren't going to really help me against this guy, and now you'll see that my little element circle there has a very small fire section. That means I'm way less likely to get fire as opposed to the other 2, which is better for this battle. So we will attack away here, grab our blizzard move, and then go hard at him. Now, it's not doing a whole lot to his health, the green bar, but that red-orange bar is his break meter, and once we get through that, we're much more able to attack and effectively incinerate or eviscerate or freeze-icerate this foe. So I don't have anything stored up right now, so let's attack again. Go with our basic attack. I'll blizzard him once more, and that should nearly throw him in break. So we can break him right, boom, there. Now he's broken. and I've got 3 turns, as you see on those counters, 3 attacks before he unbreaks, basically. So hopefully we can acquire something, and now I can cast a big boy blizzard attack, and with the break, it's a critical weakness for that fine Freakazoid, and we will gather all of the goodies, and I'll show you guys some of the upgrades and whatnot. There's rankings and daily missions and some more of like the daily kind of stuff that mobile games traditionally have, but then there's also just all like the typical RPG stuff where we're leveling up our attacks, we're leveling up our character, we're leveling up the mage. You can switch jobs, you can upgrade jobs, and it brings back to me a lot of the great stuff about recent like Final Fantasy like 9, 10, 12, those, and incorporates it and kind of condenses it into a mobile way that allows you to do everything that you want to do quickly and concisely and just get through the battles. And honestly, like, the interface is pretty fun, and the way that you like tap your way through is kind of cool. So there's a bunch of other systems here at play. I'm not gonna be able to cover them all. It's a very deep game. For on the surface being like, oh, tap tap tap, pick pick pick, like there's a lot behind the curtain if you want to get fully involved in that.
I'm dying, Kubo. Help me.
Aww.
Go on, save it. You heard the law of this place. None pay heed to those without the will to fight, which means that none here will bother to save that helpless Moogle.
Help. Dying. Kubo.
I am Garland, and my purpose is to temper any blank who shows promise as he walks the path you walk. I sense there is something great in you. But to survive...
Uh-oh.
Vox, watchful as ever.
Such dying.
Look at the poor thing. Those desperate little eyes. Did you know all Moogles share a common mind? Save one, and all will owe you a life debt. A rare chance. Best not let it slip away.
Alright, boss icons. Interesting, that's a new thing. Yeah, they're unlocking something new, it seems like, every step of the way, which is pretty darn cool. So we'll have to take on that boss. But first I want to show you the card menu here. So I've got different decks. And the decks are based on jobs. So here we've got the Onion Knight, which gives our character a different appearance, a different set of stats, and different cards, therefore different abilities. And what's cool is that you can pick all your cards here, as you see. This is a very strong card, this Valkyrie. It's a level 16 card. I actually got it in sort of a shop, basically. And so I am going to sub it out. There we go. Actually, let's put back, since we got level 1 cards here, let's take out this Earth card, and I guess we're good. Okay. Just to show you guys a variety. There's also a skill panel here, which is kind of like the sphere grid or something like that, where you spend these different skill seeds. Now, each job has different skill seeds, and you can get those skill seeds from defeating battles, and they're basically seeds that are then used to spend on this board. So you'll see I got 37 fire, 10 wind, 60 water, etc. So you can go in here and like I can grab like extra HP, and these are job specific. So you're basically building out, even though you only have one character, you're basically building out different roles, different jobs, and different strengths for whatever you want to do. So if I wanted to like enhance fire, now my fire abilities are going to be 5% stronger, which is nice. You can swap out the individual cards, as I showed you. You can move these all around. There's a double XP slot for one that is more valuable. There is my mage level 5. The Onion Knight is now level 19 thanks to that really strong card I got. You can also go to the shops here, and the ability shop and the summon cards shop, you'll get resources throughout the battles that allow you to buy different cards. So you can look here and spend to buy different cards that each of them do different things, which is kind of cool. And you can then customize your abilities and sort of your elemental affinities based on how you want. But I'm not going to spend too much time there. Let's actually go in and fight this boss here. It's a fire boss, so knowing that, we're probably going to want to actually go back, and let's swap out here. Let's go to our deck, and let's actually remove the fire card, And let's take in... It's a mage card. Let's go here. Let's take another ice card. This level 2 ice here. Okay, cool. So we go back to cards. Ability cards, just to show you. Are this list of different... You can see all your cards, your decks. It's all organized very nicely. Anyhow, okay, let's fight the boss. Pick our deck. You get to choose a support card. So these are other players, and each player can set one card as a support card, and then when other players use your support card, you get rewards. So my support card is the Valkyrie card, the level 16, just because it's so good. But I don't want any flame bursting since I'm facing off against fiery foes. So let's rent the Blizzaga ability here. And we'll enter the battle as a knight this time. Different appearance, different look, and different set of attacks. And stats. A lot more HP on this guy. So we'll go in and start to attack these fiery foes. And say goodnight real quick. Acquiring some orbs for our eventual icy attacks here. Can't use them yet, but we can crush this guy. Grab a card. And move right along. Second battle. Looks like some magic casters over here. Wow. We are very, very strong. I don't even want to use that Valkyrie card yet because it's not worth it. Working our way towards our first ever boss battle. This guy's probably capturing the Moogle. Got to keep that baby boy safe. And we can activate Ice Wave from Valkyrie, which is going to crush his break meter. Now, it didn't do a lot of damage. This boss is pretty tricky. But we are bursting through that break meter. He's got quite a bit of fiery power, so I'm going to sacrifice my fire orbs to element drive, fire resistance, and acquire more ice orbs in hopes that I can take these guys out. Temperature is rising, which doesn't sound good. Let's go for another ice wave here, and we should get the break. Not quite. Interesting. But I will use my physical attacks to take out the red meter. I believe that physical attacks are better against the red meter, and elemental are better against the orange meter. Alright, so here we go. He is broken, and now we can cast Ice Wave, which should deal a lot more damage. Yeah, baby, 1200. Straight to this fooligan, and we'll come in and work our way through. Earth Sword now, just so you can see something different. It's not rhythm-based at all, but it almost has, like, a very, like, yeah vibe to it, just based on the fact
I'm Mog the Moogle. And
that you're executing attacks so quick, you know?
So there's no getting rid of me now. Cabal! I'm not going anywhere until I've saved you, just like you saved me, Kupo.
Kupo?
Follow me, Kupo.
What's a Kupo?
I'm going to take you somewhere safe, somewhere we can have a nice rest. So come on, we're off to Warhaven.
Not as bad as Vox.
Got a new little friend here who will hopefully assist us in our adventures. And this is something that, like, I genuinely, like, it's actually really fun to play these battles and mess with your deck. And you can get through the battles. They've made them wave-based and without a whole lot of dialogue or anything, so that you can get through the battles fairly quickly in, like, you know, breaks or on the train or walking to class or to work. So it's kind of like, to me, one of the best transitions that Final Fantasy has seen to a mobile platform. Personally, cannot wait for 15 just because I more like games in their full-on, you know, beautiful 60-inch TV capacity. But in the interim, this is definitely going to hold me over. So let's move to another land. Looks like there's a fire boss there, so we'll rock the same deck and rent another blizzard spell. Actually, this Earth Shift looks cool. Let's rent that just because I want to see what it's like. Alright, we should be good to go. And we will rock and roll our way to 3 more battles at No Man's Land. Alright, here we go. Starting off with some of these basic foes again. We should be able to wipe through them very quickly and easily. Eventually, with more difficult foes, or if you're trying to level up other jobs, you may need to use that target view to select your targets. Right now, I can kind of just tear through guys. So it's fairly simple in that way. But eventually, and in the earlier battles, you did have to kind of change your targets to decide who you're going to attack against. Alright, here's our fire-based boss of the area, but he's not too tricky. We'll still resist fire, just to be smart, and then get an Earth Sword attack in there, working on that break meter. And we just about worked through it. Alright, we can Ice Wave him, and that should finish the fight. Oh, no. See, the bosses are stronger. The beginning guys are almost just there for fodder, but then the eventual bosses are pretty darn tough. Let's try Earth Shift. Let's see what that is. Oh, it actually was a healing ability. Interesting, okay. Well, then let's Earth Sword with all of these Earth Orbs to finish the foe and say, down you go. GhostRobo with the win. Alright. Cool, cool. XP, we're leveling up the cards. Taking our Onion Knight as high as it can go. New cards for our decks. And then you can add new jobs as you progress as well. So I'll show you that in a second. Got some more items here. How do you plan to live out your life here, Master? That's a broad question. Do you mean to become the Warrior of Light? Who's to say? I've got no reason not to if it's all the same. Very, like, quiet, brooding hero here. I don't know how much you know, but you don't need to worry about qualifications and such. Even people not named GhostRobo have equal opportunity to become the Warrior of Light. Wow. That's not very encouraging. So long as you follow the prophecy and make great efforts. Okay, so I just gotta work my butt off, and we will get there. You don't need royal blood. You don't need anything. I'm already GhostRobo, so we know it's gonna be good as we head to Warhaven and the Verdant Stand. So we go here to cards and decks. Let's see. I believe we can access another job. So I've got, that's the, well, right now I have the Onion Knight and the Neophyte Ranger. I don't really want to be a Neophyte Ranger. It doesn't sound like a very good job. But again, you can acquire 12 different job cards and place them in there and build out different decks. So we will, there's the Mage. We'll stick with the Onion Knight because it's the best, you know, by far the best we have. You can also fuse cards to improve them and increase them, which we've seen in a lot of other mobile games, so I didn't really feel like diving into that too much. But the real crux of the game and the real fun are the battles and the frequency of the battles and the fact that you can move through them quite quickly, leveling up your character and crushing bosses and opponents as best you can in a quick and fun Final Fantasy fashion. So if you enjoy the video, definitely check out the game for yourself. There's a link in the description below where you can grab it. Shout out to Square Enix for hooking me up with the game early so I could practice and prep and learn it for you guys. Hopefully you guys learned a lot and my explanations were crispy, clear, and clean. We'll work through this wave of 3 here and then wrap things up. If you enjoyed the video, let me know in the comments below. Hit that like button. Thank you so much, guys and girls, for being awesome and always supporting me and watching my videos. We're going to work our way up to another boss, feed him some hot chocolate, and say goodbye. Another fire, guys, so we'll element drive our way to resist that fire. And look at that, we got 2 fire orbs even after resisting fire, which is kind of crazy. Or did we? Let's do it again. Element drive up again, and now we can Ice Wave through his break meter, cheesing all the way down. Don't make a sound. Good night, broken man. Your dignity has yet to be found, and I will Earth Sword you out of existence. And as we say goodbye to him, we'll say goodbye to you. Thank you guys and girls so much for watching. Hope you had a fantastic day and enjoyed this video. Drink some hot chocolate. Mobius Final Fantasy. Grab it now. Till that time, though, thanks again. I love you. And we'll see you all later.